Hey, how is it going, everyone? My name is TomTheMystik, and it is time for the third episode of Corpse Party Book of Shadows. Finally, when something starts to actually happen in this game, and we are finally transferred to Heavenly Host Elementary School. As soon as I reached the hallway, I fell to my knees with a thud. Gag, cough. No, no, what was that? A person? It was pitch black, but I swore it was shaped like a person. The school infirmary door hung open near me. Oh, we're already at the infirmary? And in my panicked state, I swore I'd seen a black, shadowy figure within it. We're already here? This is the thing I guess, I don't know, infests Naomi turning into some evil bitch, but no. Pant, gasp, spew. Oh, that is not nice. Sputter, wheeze, ugh. And my mind has been completely overtaken with fear. What was that? What just happened? That dark, misty entity came towards me and entered my body through every orifice. It came in through my ears, through my mouth. I felt an enormous thump in my throat, blocking the flow of air into my lungs and momentarily teetering me on the brink of unconsciousness. Why is this game so unbelievably specific about everything? I was almost killed. It felt as if a cold hand reached into my body and grabbed hold of my life's energy, turning all my internal organs inside out and leaving me for dead. My stomach was churning, my bowels were on fire, and my legs were all twisted around themselves. Can pressure alone disrupt the human body this much? Again, with the details I don't want to know. The odor and flavor of my own gastric juices still gnawing at the back of my throat. I felt like I was going to throw up again, but I held it in. I remember this place, these circumstances. I've been here before. I know I have. After performing the Sachiko Ever After ritual, there was a hellish noise, and a huge hole appeared in the floor, and I was here, in the school. There was no sign of Satoshi, or Miss Shishido, or the class rep, or anyone else. Only Seiko was still near me, collapsed in a heap on the floor. Seiko and I explored the decaying building as best as we could, but there was no way out. Not a single window or outer door could be moved or even broken. Just as our last shreds of hope had begun to vanish, we suddenly heard Satoshi's little sister, Yuka, cry out from somewhere just out of sight. This is sort of a synopsis of the first 20 minutes of Corpse Party. 1. I'd sprained my ankle pretty badly and couldn't walk very well, so Seiko went off all alone to find her while I rested up in the infirmary. And that's when the dark, shadowy figure showed up and began attacking. Pant, pant, pant. I was scared, so scared. So scared, so very scared. My teeth were chattering and my lips were quivering as if they'd had a mind of their own. Why would she leave me alone like that? I told her I'd go with her to look for Yuka. So why? Why did she leave me behind? Was I going to slow her down? Was I going to get in her way? Now, there's different stories of how Seiko left. One was like look for Yuka, one was to look for her Sachiko doll scrap she'd lost, but anyway. It's all good. Naomi, what happened? Are you okay? Seiko. The psychopath. What? Oh my god, are you alright? I'm so sorry I left you here by yourself. Just seeing Seiko's face quelled my shivers. Whenever she's around, I feel so at ease, and at that moment I just wanted to cling onto her and cry my eyes out. I should have just done it, but instead she gets mad. Just leave me alone. Do you have any idea how scared I was? I'm sorry, Naomi. Come on, let's try to find a way out of here together. What's the point? Just forget about it. Leave it alone. We're never getting out of here. Maybe it was the safety of Seiko's presence that did it, but the fear welling up within me suddenly turned to anger. I was like a spoiled child. Nothing good could come of my lash. Oh, come on. You've done this all before, Naomi. Can't you just stop yourself the second time? Seiko didn't do anything wrong. I knew that, but I couldn't stop myself from saying what I said. She was genuinely concerned about me, and I'd sworn to myself that I'd protect her, but my sense of reason was fighting a losing battle. You realize we've gone missing, right? How do you think my mother's going to feel? She's going to be sick worried about me, and there's nothing I can do. Naomi, please don't say things like that. It's going to be alright. Like hell it is. She's going to keep searching for me until the day I finally come home. Which may just be never. And she has work, you know. This whole situation, it's not right. As long as I'm here, I'm nothing but a nuisance to her. I'm a terrible daughter. And we're just gonna die here anyway, so that all the time she spends looking for me will be wasted. That is dark. By this time, my mind has been completely overtaken. I wasn't myself anymore, and I was running on autopilot, horrified by the words coming from my mouth. No, I know how this ends. You're wrong. Exclamation mark. Families aren't like that. It won't be a nuisance, it won't be a burden, and you're not terrible. I don't know exactly how to say this, but when there are loved ones involved, you'll do anything for them. There it was again. Deja vu. Everything was falling into place. I knew what was going to happen. I knew what fate had in store if we continued down this road. But I guess I can see where you're coming from. Your mother really is a kind person. The last thing you want to do is worry her. That's why we need to make sure that this doesn't happen, right, Naomi? We need to get back home. I don't know how it is for you and your family, but normal people don't work that way. Yes, they do. I don't know what family you come from, Naomi, but I don't know. 3 dots. Seiko's gonna get hanged. She's going to die. Wow. If you're playing this and by accident and you've never seen the first one, that's a bit of a spoiler. I have to apologize. No. I don't want you, of all people, to speak to me like that. Please, Naomi, tell me that's not how you really feel. Seiko. Well, I guess all there's really to do is apologize, right? If I didn't say something to calm her down, Seiko would run off, and I knew she couldn't be by herself right now. Okay, you didn't apologize in the first game. Please do it now. Come on, Naomi. So I put myself together and tried to her, but the words. Seiko, I'm so... Cough, splutter. Cough, cough, cough. Hack, cough. The words wouldn't come. As soon as I tried to form them, something caught itself in my throat. I found myself unable to breathe and doubled over in a fit. Naomi, are you okay? Wheeze, wheeze, hack. I'm sorry, Naomi. If I'm bothering you, I'll get... What? I hate to leave your side, but if that's what you want, I won't argue. She's doubling over in a fit. She's on the floor, coughing, Seiko. You really think she's gonna apologize to you? Oh, my God. You're definitely... Yeah, I'll be out soon. Seiko. Yeah. Wait. Seiko ran off into the distance, her figure growing smaller and darker until it vanished altogether. I knew I'd made an awful, irreversible mistake. Gag. That sense of dread I felt moments before had come back full force. I could sense a malevolence within me, an outside hand that made me lash out at Seiko. It felt like something was in my mouth. I had no idea what, but there was definitely something in there. I stuck my finger in and tried to dig it out. This is so disturbing. Ah. Oh, no. Oh, it's awful. My finger found something and pulled, and out from my throat came large clumps of long black hair. That is sick. I just kept pulling and pulling. Couldn't believe how much there was. The strands stretched all the way from my stomach through my esophagus and into my hands. And even then, there's still more to pull. Oh, stop with the details. This is gonna give me nightmares. The motion was unnatural and was, yeah, that's right, not natural, and was creating a repulsive, sickening sensation along my tonsils. It felt like I was going to throw up again. Oh, cough, cough, spew, pant. Where the hell did all this carve come from? It's all stuck in my throat. You knew you shouldn't be eating her, Naomi. I told you this would happen if you kept eating. Oh. Okay, enough jokes. It was only a faint notion before, but now I was certain. I was remembering some future event. I didn't know why or how, but I was repeating time. That was Seiko you just saw hanged there. Let's hope it hasn't happened yet. We should at least be able to save her. Come on. Am I just not allowed to apologize? I could feel a dark will guiding me. Someone or something wanted Seiko to be killed in this timeline as well. But I wasn't going to let it happen. Not without a fight. I have to go after her. I have to apologize. I can't leave her alone like this. I ran as quickly as I could in the direction Seiko had gone, but then... shaking. Eek. No! A fierce earthquake began shaking the building. It was so violent I couldn't even stay standing. I crouched along the ground, waiting for it to pass. Everything was moving. There were signs of objects cracking and breaking all around me. Glass was shattering, ceiling tiles were raining down upon me. I was scarred from my life. So scared, so very, very afraid. And I was certain I was going to die. Maybe a big chunk of ceiling would follow me, or the floor would open up on my feet and swallow me whole. She's really pessimistic right now. I kept wondering how it was going to end. Was I going to be crushed? How badly would it hurt? Oh my God, Naomi. How long would it go on before I finally died? My head was swimming with all kinds of worst-case scenarios, while my body just remained motionless on the ground. I'd never felt so helpless before. I didn't even care anymore. I'd take any release I could get. Just make it stop. But there's no release for me. All I could do was curl up into a ball and pray. God, I love this series. Shiver, shake. I wondered how much time had passed. It could have been only a moment, a few minutes, or even a few hours, for all I knew. But it did finally end, and the dark corridors were silent once more. I gradually loosened my stiff body, and curling from the floor, blotches of dust and wood chips fell from my hair. Some of the finer debris had gotten into my clothing and was crunching around like sand with every movement. It was not pleasant. I brushed myself off as best I could and slowly rose to my feet, slapping my skirt and vein to clear away any excess dirt and dust. The particles in the air were like a white smoke billowing through me, through the pitch-black hallway, shook me for a moment to get my bearings. Once I did, though, I almost wished I hadn't. The sight before my eyes instantly washed away what little hope I may have had. Well, I think we are going to end episode 3 right here. I hope you enjoy this episode of Corpse Body Book of Shadows. And join me for episode 4 whenever I make it. Bye!